Actually, I'll share a little bit about how this project got written. I was in Los Angeles, and I had heard about the passing of a rapper named Ka from Brooklyn, who I hadn't really listened to prior to learning of his death, unfortunately. A part of one of the symptoms of my condition is that I felt a lot of anxiety listening to other artists, especially other hip hop artists, because it would just send me into a really nasty spiral of comparison and judgment. And so this condition robbed me of experiencing the music of very brilliant people. And I was feeling healthier and healthy enough to just explore who this artist was, and I was really, really blown away. If you ever get a chance to, his name is Ka, K-A. I highly recommend checking some of his music out. His music was very introspective, and there were very little drums. The percussion was very minimal, and it gave him a lot of space to be very dense with his wordplay and his lyric choices. And his music required multiple listens to really get what he was saying. And I was just so inspired and moved by it. And as my book was coming out, I wasn't planning on writing a new album. I was thinking I would just scrape together cutting room floor songs and put something out along with the book. But as I was traveling from LA to Virginia to teach a fall retreat, I started getting very inspired, and I talked to my producers, and I was like, well, imagine that there was a samurai who's retired from battle. He has PTSD, and he's retired to a Zen temple in the mountains with his family, and now he's a flower gardener. But he's actively trying to create beauty in the present, while actively trying to heal from the past. Can you make me a beat that sounds like that, but no drums? And they all were like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that was their first thing, and then they were like, you know what? Yeah. And they started sending me music, and I'd go and I'd lead a meditation, I'd come back to my room and I'd have new beats, and coming right out of the meditative state, and I would just write. And I wrote 11 songs in 5 days. I wrote what you're hearing right now. And I've never had an experience like that before. It really felt like the energy of this artist had dispersed into all things, and it was almost like a radio signal was going out and saying, like, you know, if you want to continue with this sort of vision of creativity, you know, I will support you. And that's really what it felt like with writing this album, that I was being supported by the nature that was at the retreat center, the spirit of this great artist, Ka, who passed. I was being supported by my own ancestors, by the ancestors who had tended the land of the retreat center. And so this album feels very much like a collective effort. And I wrote this next song, waking up for the 5:30 a.m. meditation. And it's called Dawn.
On the road, you say mercy begins to write itself. The temple flying by itself. I might as well begin to activate my private shell, wanting the goodness of my rest, but now I'm rising well. Missing my children caused the water in my eyes to swell. I let the water fall as I exhale, I'm by myself. Recite the morning kappa that Thich Nhat Hanh instructed. This is the new 24 hours, may I be productive. May I smile at life in each and every action and look upon all beings with eyes of compassion. This isn't only for the chosen few, abundant like the light reflected in the morning dew. According to the older schools, you need to focus through. According to the younger schools, you keep an open view. Regardless, self-compassion remains the hardest, the most important tool in the repertoire you can harness. And so if nothing else, I try to love myself, resist the urge to throw a book when I judge myself. More and more you'll find me on retreat amongst the mountains. Pray that I practice well and be a source for fountains. Dawn. Dawn. I'm sitting, of course, feeling the force, patiently dealing with thoughts. Healing, of course, from being so lost. Sometimes I'm feeling remorse. I try to forgive myself. No one can ever know what it was like to forgive myself. Here in the present, it's so effervescent. A flash in the light, it reveals myself. I'm taking the time to look at my mind and see how the patterns are working. My teacher said I do not have to do nothing with it. Just sit back and observe it. Upon observation, everything is free already. Life is full of ups and downs. You can't keep it steady. Keeping composure in the constant changes, awaken from prolonged exposure to your contemplation. Number one lesson I learned on retreat: the road is rocky. When you stumble, get back on your feet. Dawn. 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 This next song